An awesome good morning to my dear students. How are you all? Great. So, dear students, as per schedule, your science class is there. So, we had completed chapter number 12, producing and storing food. Now, it's time to start a new chapter, chapter number 13, that is your matter. I think you have read this chapter in 4th standard also. So, first of all, what is matter? Matter is anything that occupies some space or that has some mass. So here we will be carrying our reading today. So do you remember that matter is the stuff that everything is made of? Let us go over what you already know about the matter. Anything made of matter occupies space and has weight. I'll take example. Suppose I have taken example of book, or any other example you can take. Anything which occupies space and has weight. And matter has three states of matter are there: solid, liquid and gas. So three states of matter we will discuss in this chapter: solid state, liquid state and gaseous states. What is solid, liquid and gas? It is clear from the name itself, and I'll show you the examples of these. So solids have a fixed volume and a fixed shape. How? Liquids have a fixed volume but not a fixed shape. And gases do not have a fixed volume or a fixed shape. And the fourth point is heating or cooling can make matter change from one state to another. For example, if you will heat water, then it will be converted into steam, gas. So liquid changes into gas. So heating or cooling can make water change one state from one state to another. So here three states of matter. First is solid, that is ice cube. Second is liquid, water. Third is hot water, that is steam, gaseous form of water. So first example is what? Solids have a fixed volume and a fixed shape. It has a fixed volume and fixed shape. It will take. So dear students, if we will keep solid at one place, it has a fixed volume and a fixed shape. And liquid, anything you can take. For example, liquid, I have taken one example, bottle or glass. Whatever the shape of object is there, liquid will take shape of that particular container or particular bottle, right? And gas, they do not have a fixed volume or a fixed shape. So first is, what is matter made of? Matter is made of tiny particles, and tiny particles, what they are called? They are called atoms, right? And atoms are so small in size that millions of them fit into a tiny speck of matter, such as the tip of a pencil. If matter is made of any tiny particles, why does it not fall to pieces? It does not. Why? Because atoms attract or pull each other. That's why they do not fall to pieces. So beta, matter is made of tiny particles called atoms, and atoms, they are so small in size that millions of them fit into the tiny speck of matter, such as a tip of pencil. See here image, carbon atoms are there and pencil tip is shown. And why it does not fall to pieces? Because atoms attract or pull each other. All matter is not the same. All of you know that iron is different from gold and gold is different from carbon. This is because there are 114 different kinds of atoms, and which form 114 different kinds of substances. Why? Because besides, atoms can also join together in different combination. When they will join together in different combination, what they do form? They form different kinds of substances. And two or more atoms joined together form a molecule. And molecules can be formed by the same kinds of atoms or by different kinds of atoms. So when two different or same kinds of atoms join together, they combine together, they form a molecule. And how molecule is formed? Even two different atoms can be joined or two same atoms can be joined. So there are 114 different kinds of atoms which form 114 different kinds of substances. Next is elements. Substances that are formed by only one kind of atoms are called elements. Right, in some elements such as iron, copper and tin, the atoms do not join together. Each atom is on its own. Though they are all packed together tightly in gaseous elements such as oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen, and two or more atoms join together to form molecules. So elements are of basically two kinds, metals and non-metals. Iron, copper, aluminium and tin, they are metals, and oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen which are present in the air, they are called non-metals. And carbon, sulfur and phosphorus also. And atoms of copper exist on their own. A molecule of oxygen is made of two atoms of oxygen. So elements, what are elements? Substances that are formed by only one kind of atoms. They are called elements. In some elements such as iron, copper and tin, the atoms do not join together. Each atom is on its own, though they are all packed together tightly. In gaseous elements such as oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen, two or more atoms can be joined together so that molecules can be formed. Right, so see images here. First, a molecule of water, that is in blue, contains an atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen. So one molecule of water, if we will take, it contains an atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen. When we will join two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen, then what is formed? A molecule of water, right? Second is a molecule of carbon dioxide. If a carbon dioxide molecule is formed, it is made up of one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. So here two examples are given, molecule of water and molecule of carbon dioxide. Next is compounds. Many common substances have molecules made up of different kinds of atoms. Here we will take different kinds of atoms. Water and carbon dioxide, they are two examples of such substances. Each molecule of water is made up of one atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen. See in second peg, each molecule of carbon dioxide contains one atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen. So basically substances that are made up of molecules containing the different kinds of atoms, they are called compounds. Right, so molecules of elements, they contain same kind of atoms, and compounds, they contain different kinds of atoms. So this is the difference between elements and compounds. Elements are formed by using same kinds of atoms, and compounds, they are formed by using different kinds of atoms. Now next is how matter changes, right, from one state. Basically we will explain here chemical reactions. Sometimes one kind of matter changes into another kind of matter. How? Through a process. They are called a chemical reaction. Such a change is called a chemical change. For example, burning. Burning is a chemical change. When we burn coal, so what will happen? Atoms of carbon from coal react with atoms of oxygen from the air to form carbon dioxide. Whatever the oxygen is in the air, they will react with the atoms of carbon, and what they will change into carbon dioxide. So here see, burning of coal is a chemical reaction. One atom of carbon and two atoms of oxygen if we will take, then what will make? Carbon dioxide. Right. Next is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis, what is photosynthesis? All of you know that photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their own food, but it is another chemical change. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water combine to form oxygen and glucose. Glucose, what? A kind of sugar. And it is a compound made up of molecules which contain many atoms of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So see here, carbon dioxide, whatever the first we have formed, plus water. Water contains what? One atom of oxygen and two atoms of hydrogen. When water plus carbon dioxide, they are joined together, what they change into? The glucose plus oxygen. Glucose is a kind of food, kind of sugar you can say. See in the picture here, photosynthesis process, when we use sunlight, carbon dioxide and water, right, then it is converted into glucose, a kind of sugar, and oxygen. This is basically another chemical change. Next is respiration. Respiration is process by which we breathe in and breathe out. Respiration, that is another chemical change. During respiration, what will happen? Food combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water vapor. See, when food is combined with oxygen, they will change it to carbon dioxide plus water vapor. In the examples of chemical change that we have discussed, two substances change into one or two new substances. This is not true of all chemical changes. One or more substances may change into one or more new substances. What is important to remember is that new or different substances, they are formed in a chemical change. So water is made up of one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms. When an electric current passes through the water, it causes water to break up into hydrogen and oxygen. So this is also a chemical change, as the substances formed are different from original substance, that is water. So water is there, that is made up of one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. And when an electric current passes through water, what will happen? It causes water to break up into hydrogen and oxygen. And this is also a chemical change. See here, what is respiration? It is the process that body uses to release energy from digested food. How? Glucose, that is from digestive system, oxygen from the breathing system. When they are combined, what they will form? Carbon dioxide, water plus energy. So these are the basically what we have discussed today. What is matter? What are the three states of matter? Elements when they join with same kind of atoms, and compounds when they join with different kinds of atom, and how matter changes, how chemical reaction will happen. So here we have take burning of coal and photosynthesis and respiration example. So dear students, all this up to this content you have to read it carefully and try to solve back exercise. Remaining reading we will be carrying out in next class. Thank you. God bless you.